Hey guys, it's Brandon, aka Be Rich Beauty, aka your beauty best friend, and welcome back for our double hitter. We're talking all things reality TV today with a very special guest. We're talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville and Real Housewives of Potomac with my special guest, Jeremy McShan. So, you know what to do. Grab your beverage. Let go. Jeremy McShan.
What
Hi.
up? What up? How are you doing?
I'm well, darling. How are you?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
But you know what? I love not only are you blessed and highly favored, you're colorfully blessed and highly favored,
Yes.
which
I'm
I
getting
love.
blessed. There we
You,
go.
I love it. Jeremy, so for those who may not know you, can you give me a little quick synopsis of who you are? And I'm going to tell everybody why I love you and why we're doing this today as well.
Oh, I'm just a nobody trying to tell anybody about somebody who can save anybody. No,
Hey, somebody.
hallelujah. No, my name is Jeremy McShan. I am a reality TV enthusiast, junkie. I'm watching it all the time. And, it's my favorite thing to do, my favorite pastime. I'm a dancer in my professional life, but now I am a professional TV watcher in my other life. So I am here today to talk all things Love and Marriage Huntsville and Real Housewives of Potomac.
Come on, boom, cat. Cat,
Boom.
cat. So I literally, for everybody that's watching this, I reached out to Jeremy because Jeremy and I are Facebook friends and we've known each other for forever. And I literally love going on Facebook when Love and Marriage, when any of the franchises that I watch are currently airing, like Love and Marriage at Huntsville, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Potomac, because his commentary and them hashtags are hilarious. So, Jeremy, let's jump right into it.
Let's do it.
Love and Marriage Huntsville kicked off. I think we're now on episode 2. If I'm not mistaken, it's 3.
I think we're at 3.
We are. Yes. We're at 3. So Here's my thing, and I don't know if you've noticed it, but I felt like episode 3's conversations felt really cold started. Like they felt very forced and it did not flow as organically. But what were your thoughts on the overall episode itself? And I want to break down character storylines as well.
Well, I thought it was, and this season of Love and Marriage Huntsville is a very interesting season because now we're trying to deal with Melanie and Melody's and Martell's, Martell's divorce and the aftermath of all of that. And we're also seeing this weird dynamic between Kimmy and Letitia. It seems like they're all at a turning phase in their life and they're all moving into a different direction or another phase of their life. So it's really interesting to kind of see that dynamic and that natural shift that happens in life.
I agree. And what you said something really interesting because obviously we're seeing a lot play out with, Martell and Melody. And really, the show came to fruition because it was Martell and Melody's idea to bring everybody together. And now you have this couple that brought everybody together and, they're divorced and they're trying to navigate through that. And I find that this episode really focused a lot on Melody and Martell, from the picking up of the children to the co-parenting class to Martell visiting his friend Chris. But can we start with the whole Martell picking up the kids and how awkward AF it felt with him going and knocking on that door and the dramatic cascading down the stairs that Melody gave?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Melanie looks amazing, but if your ex is coming, you gotta look good. So she came down, she had the classic male do the little swoop thing that we know her for, the little blonde piece. She came in and, she's opened the door. But what I love about Melody is that she is really trying, really, really trying to kind of come to some kind of common ground with Martell. And her peace level is level Omarion. I need to learn how to get that peace that she has within him. because anytime I would see him, I'd just be going off all the time. But Melody really has some kind of level of peace, which is just really surreal to watch because he is out of order.
Innocent Spectator just said this is the first episode they're watching, but Martell seems intense. Martell is intense because Martell is always on the defense because he's having to fight. And I think because he knows he has to fight on camera, he's also trying to anticipate what's coming his way. So he has very intense energy. But here's the thing, to your point, Martell is loud, intense, and wrong half the time.
Yeah. But the thing about it is he doesn't have to fight. He chooses to fight. The thing about Martell is always right. It's Martell's way or the highway. And he never wants to compromise or give anything. He fails to understand that we are all in this situation because of you. Not because of anything anybody else did, because of you. And, truth be told, if he would not have had the baby, he probably would have still been in a relationship with Mel. But I kind of think it was the Wendy Williams thing. It's the baby. I can't deal with that. And so,
but even before the baby thing, I think the show itself really kind of put the spotlight on his cheating. And I think it added that additional pressure to Mel to figure out, I'm now looking like a fool because I have this platform and this fool is out here running around, cheating. The girl calling on the car phone. We're trying to have a family vacation or whatever. And now you had all of these blog sources trying to seek out who this mistress was to figure out what the real tea was.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I the first season of Mel, I was just so frustrated and could not stand to watch her because on the outside, she's a very intelligent, she's very beautiful, she's very driven. But then on the other hand, she's dealing with this man that is just that's no good for her, that's cheating on her, that doesn't feel bad about cheating on her, that only, at least I came home. What? That's insane to me. And so he's a liar, he's a manipulator, he's all of this. So I could not understand why she was doing that. And even when we were introduced to the mistress, Melody's whole thing was just he's coming back to me, but he's still going to her. So that's crazy to me.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Hi. No, is this on? We all know why she stayed around. They had been married for 14 years. They had 4 children together. And I don't know about you, but how many of us, people, humans in life, in relationships that have been with somebody since the beginning and built things with them, you're in it to, you're loyal. At this point, you're loyal beyond reason.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. It's one of those things where we're tied together so much. And sometimes when you have been with someone for so long, just the idea and the thought of separating, even though you need to separate, the thought and the idea of everything you have to go through is just so overwhelming that you end up staying and finding yourself in this situation and that you need to get out of. But it's not as simple as most people would think to just leave a long-term relationship and he ain't no good, just leave. But it's so much more complicated to that. But still watching it and looking at her, it's just girl, he has no remorse for the things he's doing, but you still continue to be with him. And then when she had the baby with him, I was like, oh my gosh, Melody. But it is what it is at this point. So that baby is beautiful.
Gorgeous. Well, they have beautiful children. I mean, they're beautiful
Eminem kids.
They are really oh yeah, Melody Martell. I get it. But so here's also where I just kind of want to just dig in a little bit deeper on Martell, because he can be a true a-hole. He picks the kids up. They have the conversation on the doorstep about the jabs back and forth. And then I thought it was quite awkward that Melody leaves him outside to go get the kids, and he has to knock on the door. And now Melody's mom answers the door, and you could tell she's ready because she's camera ready, makeup on, wig done. And it's again a cold start conversation. And what I thought was really immature was Martell saying, all right, kids, come on, because your grandmother just gave me the hand and I don't deal with disrespect.
I could not believe that. If anything, I think most couples try to do what they can to try to keep the kids out of the situation. But out of Melody's admission is that they really haven't done a really good job of doing that. The kids have heard them arguing that, like, little Martell has very strong feelings about his dad negatively because of the impact of the mother. The poor daughter, the oldest daughter, you can tell that she's going through something, but she doesn't vocalize it. And I love last season when Melody was just saying, like, we need to figure out some way to get to her because she's quiet, but I can tell that she, that's great insight as a parent that she has to see that. But it is in fact impacting the kids, but you do want to try to have some decorum. Like, geez, come on now. Like, really, guy? It's so childish. It's so childish.
He's childish. And, the fact that Melody said you would want your family back if you could get it. First of all, I love that they're doing confessionals sitting next to each other on the couch. It's so petty and it's so good.
It was weird to me to see that because I was just watching it and I couldn't understand why they were together because they're not in a good place. Now, if we had gone further, we learned how to co-parent together, we can be together, then sure, the interview is together. But to me, it showed a side of how they've been able to fake it all these years, right? We know that they can't stand each other, but yet they are able to sit by each other, conduct a mostly civil interview together, and look good together.
Yeah.
And it just shows you how they were able to fake it all these years. But it was weird for me to see them sitting together.
Listen, how many times do we have to smile through the pain? And I get it. Innocent Spectator says, sounds like she tried to make a way out of no way. And I agree. Like, Melody tried her hardest to make a way out of no way, and Martell was not having it. Yeah. To the point where Melody said something along the lines of, like, if you kept your penis in the household, we would still be together.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
So anything else you want to talk about with Melody Martell? Because I feel like we need to move into the other characters.
Let's do it. Let's move into the other characters.
So Tisha and Marceau.
Okay. What are your thoughts about them as a couple?
First of all, that is one strong bloodline for Letitia. Because I'll just say this. Her brother, her sister, and Tisha, they all are so articulate. They have the same type of delivery on their words.
Yes, they look alike. They sound alike. Their bloodline is from mess. So, like, they all have the messiness going up and through them, and I just don't understand. It's crazy to me.
It's a well of mess. But I thought what I thought was so masterful was Marceau throwing her that graduation party and ensuring that Wanda was not there.
She was there though, the spirit. See, what we didn't know, she came through with the spirit. The brother,
children.
The niece that looked just like a mini Wanda, like the cousin or whatever she was. She looked just like a mini version of her. I was like, I cannot believe it. The dad even looked just like them too, which was like, they have some strong genes.
Strong, messy genes, child.
Yes.
Now, okay, so obviously they had the graduation party. Then, Marceau and Tisha at the table, and again, everything felt like it was a cold start to conversation. And she's like, well, at the graduation party, I appreciate this, X, Y, and Z. But what I thought, and I think we're going to see a foreshadow, is something about Marceau and cheating is about to explode, because I felt like they gave us a little bit of a foreshadow when Tisha said deliberately, if I found out that you had another baby, I would take you for everything you had. Which I thought was also in response to Marceau saying, if you'd have had another baby by another man, I'll be okay with it. Negro, please.
No. Men, it's so interesting. Men cannot, for whatever reason, take a woman back if she cheated or even especially if she had another baby. They ain't taking it back. But we expect sometimes for the women to, like, take them back if they've cheated and chalk it up to a man is a man. But no, that's not okay. And, she did, I did catch what she said. She chose her word very carefully. She said, if I found out you had a baby on social From social media first. Not that if I found out you had a baby, I would leave. She said if I found out you had a baby from social media, I would leave you. So I thought that was very interesting. She added that from social media.
Right. And I think, that's a very good call out, because to the point, everything's happening on social media. And the way that, Martell has always said that Marceau has had 20 women and all these cheating allegations, she's basically saying, let me find out on social media before you come to me. It's a wrap. I felt like this episode was a little quiet for them outside of, that conversation at the table.
Right.
But it's interesting because I do feel like there's something that's about to unfold between Marceau and Tisha this season.
Oh, no. We're about to find out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mind you, I am from Alabama, by the way. So this is always great to see people from a home state on reality TV.
What part of Alabama are you from?
From Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the home of the Crimson Tide, Roll Tide. Best football team in the nation.
Let me go ahead and take a sip.
Oh, not a sip, though. Listen, us Alabama people, we what you need.
What you sipping on over there, by the way?
I am sipping on some strength. We'll leave it at that. I'm sipping on some strength.
But what's in the cup of the strength is?
Strength. That's all. We're gonna leave it at that. Strength. What are you sipping on over there?
Rosé.
Okay, rosé.
It's like summer water. It was a pretty day outside. It's after 5:30. Why not come down and have a nice, refreshing glass of rosé?
Yeah, my favorite summer drink is a frosé. She said, yes.
So, Kimmy and Maurice, go.
Love everything about Kimmy and Maurice, but more so I love everything about Kimmy. Kimmy is like the epitome of class, the epitome of clear communication, the epitome of who gonna check me, boo. Like literally, that is the personification of who gonna check me, boo. Because she is with you when you're right, but she's gonna stand strong and firm when you're wrong, and she's not going to let you run over her. She's not going to let you tell incorrect stories. She's going to tell it like it is. And she has hard, clear boundaries that you cannot cross. And I love that about her.
And I feel like this whole Tisha and Kimmy situation, Tisha is in her purse more than she needs to be with this whole entire situation, because at the end of the day, Wanda is always wreaking havoc, and Tisha does nothing to help back Kimmy up. And I agree with you. I love Kimmy. I even love the fact that Kimmy is like, I know my husband Maurice has trouble introducing and making sure that I'm seen in the room when he's on the phone with
She's like,
hello. Hi, just want you to know I'm in the room as well. We all making decisions for Monster, who is growing up and becoming a handsome young man.
Yes, I saw that. I was like, wow, that is Monster. Like, that is crazy. Her other son, well, that's not Kimmy's biological son, but her other biological son is, how you doing?
You mean the light-skinned one?
Yes.
The one that's a Q?
Oh, right. Yes.
That is the biological son. That's the one she raised on her own.
Right. That's why I said her biological son.
Yeah. You said he's a little, how you doing? You mean for you, like how you doing for you, but you're not calling him how you doing, right?
No. For me.
Okay. All right.
For me. Right. No.
I agree. I love Kimmy. But you know what I really want to do is, can we shift gears real quick and talk about Potomac?
Let's do it.
Can we talk about Potomac?
Yes, my backyard, ladies. I'm in Washington, D.C., by the way. So, yeah, Potomac is right here in my backyard. Yes.
Absolutely. Are you able to look out of your window and see Karen's Ladom mansion?
I'm not able to look out and see Karen Ladom's mansion, but I do live down the street from Ashley. So, I can look out and see her high rise.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. We can kick it off with Ashley. I have a little bit of like relationship and feeling towards Ashley.
Okay.
Here's why. I don't feel like she adds much to me. Michael, Ashley, Michael has his thing slightly. Is he cheating? Is he not cheating? Yes, they may play together. Like, I don't. The only thing that actually got going for me right now is that actually her confessional looks this season looks great. She looks beautiful, pregnant, gorgeous, pregnant. And this episode, Giselle gave her a pamper party, which we're going to talk about. That was ridiculous with the amount of drama that took place at the pamper party. But Ashley is just Mia to me.
Listen, I am here for Mia. I'm loving everything about Mia. She came in, she came correct. She's just like, listen, it is what it is. This is who I am. I'm not ashamed of it. The best way in reality TV is to you throw out your past, so can't nobody bring it against you.
Very true.
She's like, yeah, I did this. Yep, I worked at a strip club. You're not about to put that out on me. I did this. Yep, and I love it.
But Mia's story is slightly evolving. Mia's first episode, Mia was like, I own these businesses. I've gotten this work done. Then she did Karen's party. And at Karen's party, she revealed she met her husband at a strip club, but she was a bartender. But as now we get to the pamper party, and now Mia started out as a bartender, but then turned into a stripper. Girl, you was a stripper the entire time.
So, I was lost when she said, and maybe because I haven't been to these kind of strip clubs, but where they wear gowns, like what did she mean by that?
Unless it's gown night at the strip club. But
and who is going there? I don't see a man going to a strip club to see a woman walk around in a gala dress. I just don't. Like, what was she wearing? What was she wearing?
The fact that Mia said that someone called G and was like, hey, we have a new girl there on the bar pouring drinks. Ain't no man going to the strip club, gay, straight, bi, whatever, for a cocktail. Now, I may go to Tootsie's for the hot wings here in Miami, but you're not going to tell me that if you literally are like a strip club, somebody says, hey, we got a new girl on the bar, you running down to the bar, to the strip club for a cocktail?
Mm-mm. It's not happening. Yeah, we've all seen P-Valley. We know how this works. We know how this works. And, I would have respected her more. It's like, yeah, I started as the bartender. I graduated to the strip club. I was the baddest bee in the club. It was a Mercedes last dance before I exit.
And to innocent spectator, so Giselle said you mean an escort. You walking around here in a ball gown, it gives me very escort vibes, and especially if you're telling me that there's no poles in there. So obviously, y'all walking around in ball gowns and are there private rooms? Because then what happens in the champagne room? Because what we know for sure, thanks to P-Valley, is a lot of things can happen in the champagne room, child. Allegedly. That's all I'm saying. Allegedly. But is this the reason why Mia had to get her bean, surgery on it?
I may have left that little detail out if I was her, because it didn't do her any favors when, she said that she had 3 C-sections for her children. And most of the time when women do that, it's because of childbirth is very hard on the body. Absolutely. And, you may need some tightening there, but, and she's only 36. So.
But the bean itself, so it feels like it's now all making sense. Like, sis, you was a whole bartender / stripper at an escort, not an escort, at a gentleman's club, and you needed your bean fixed.
She did. Either that or, like she said, G is beating it down a little bit too much. But if it's like that, then sis, you may need to ration yourself out, because it's just going to happen again. What's going to happen if that was the cause of it? Let's think about this. If the cause of her getting this done was from having too much sex with her husband, does she plan on doing this every few years, having this procedure?
Well, everybody goes in for a little touch up every few years. So, who's to say that you can't touch that? I don't know per se. Facts. I don't know if these are facts or not. Who's to say that you can't personally have that touched up every few years? I know people that have like breast augmentation, they get their boobs done every now and then. After 10 years, it's like, tire rotation. You got to take it in and get a service.
Yeah. I mean, to each his own, you know, if that's what she needs to do, then I mean, she volunteered the information in a group of people. Like, anytime you volunteer information in a group of people, it's open to discussion and their interpretation.
Absolutely.
But I'm
And
here for her. I'm here for her. I love that she shared the information about her mom, which is very, you know, being battling drugs, and the story she said when she left her there when she was 6 years old on the floor by herself. Like, oh my God, like she's really been through some things, which has kind of made her who she is today. And so, like, these women are going to be a walk in the park for her based on the stuff she's had to overcome.
started from the bottom, now we're here. Now, it'll be interesting to see how she continues, because I think this is a season that Wendy is trying to assert Wendy being Wendy. Oh, you're rolling your eyes. You're rolling your eyes, and he's taking a sip of his strength, honey.
Strength. I need some strength for
Whatever's in
this.
that cup.
I need some strength. I
Go
do
ahead,
not
Jeremy.
understand Wendy. It almost feels like she went backwards in time because she came to us first season. I'm like, all these degrees. I'm empowered. I'm a political commentator. I am the ideal woman of who you should be, top of my career. And then now she's like, I got my boobs and ass done. I want to be a candle company and a home thing. And it's just like,
The Black Martha Stewart. She wants to be the Black Martha Stewart.
it's very bizarre to me. I just don't understand how you go from like one end to like the other end.
So what you're saying is you can't have multiple types of careers and experiences?
You 100% can have multiple experiences, multiple careers. I actually recommend that. But I think it's such a departure. We, like, you know, she was all about degrees. And this season, everything seems so vapid, surface level with her. Very just like, okay, it's like she watched the first season and was just like, I didn't like what I was giving. And so now I want to give something else. So she's not even giving us her. Like, who is this person? Like, this is a whole new character. This Zen Wen. Like,
I have to say Zen Wen one more time. And I'm like, you can't get Zen Wen if you're sitting next to Mia and you on 100. Zen Wen got time today. No, sis. Zen Wen would walk away, but you over here browbeating Mia down and like, what girl, where's the Zen? Zen who? Zen Wen.
No Zen Wen. No Zen Wen.
I think when he said, to your point, at season 1, I'm coming across too stush. I'm gonna use the word stush. I'm coming across too educated, too political, too whatever. And she's like, in order for me to play in the field of reality, I have to become catty. So I appreciate it. She took season 1's check. She did a few upgrades, and I'm here for a good upgrade. You know,
she looks great. She looks amazing. She looks so good.
I love a good nip, tuck, cinch, pluck, like a Thanksgiving Day turkey. Pump it up, sis. But if you're gonna be that girl consistently, but don't lose your edge. And right now, she's trying to secure that champagne flute for next season, and this is going to be her season to try to be the antagonist.
And the thing about it, I think also too, which kind of bothered me about the homemaking line, the candle line, that she wanted to leave her career to do this. Zen Wen's going to be getting her wig snatched by Mia. Oh, 313 Yolanda.
Because what you don't do is, well, actually, Mia was like, and what? What you don't do is ask, and what in this franchise? Because if we know for sure anything, you will get dragged.
If you ask for it,
you shall be.
Right. If you ask, it shall be. Oh my gosh.
So go ahead.
No, go.
So baby pamper party. We're there. Everybody's there. They're going at each other. Well, Wendy's going at each other. But in Wendy's defense, Wendy's now saying, I'm trying to defend Giselle here. It was because Mia is a flip-flopper. What are your thoughts there?
I think Mia is new, and anytime you're new, come on, beat the face. Anytime you are new, you are allowed to fill out people. So today I may be filling you. Today, I don't know. People are layered, and I can't decide if I like you in one conversation. So yeah, I meet her. She seems like a nice lady. Wait a minute, she did what? I don't know about her anymore. My first impression was she's nice. Now I'm hearing this information. I need to still experience you more for myself, but I'm gonna
Right.
keep that little nugget in the back of my mind. The more you show me, and if everybody's saying the same thing about it, like I don't like to believe stuff when somebody says, but if multiple people are saying the same thing, I'm gonna believe it.
Okay.
And I'm going to take it and still move and come to that own conclusion on my own, but also like use that as well. And I think she's just getting to know. She's not flip flopping. If anything, Zen wins the flip flopper because she was against Karen all last season,
And now she's in Karen's
magically,
house, giving Karen a whole candle with a sticker put on it. So
yeah,
let me say something. Out of that entire presentation, the box was cute.
the box was cute. The box was very, very cute.
Box was cute. But
I
the
like that
candle,
she's using her like Nigerian. I guess though, is that what that means? Something in Nigeria?
yes, it does.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
So
go ahead.
I was just saying. So I mean, to each his own. Robin took a hat business and made it work.
Right there. Let's land right there and talk about Robin in this hat business and Robin period. First of all, how are you gonna wake your child up 5 minutes before they got school and not feed them, not make them brush their teeth, not have them change their clothes, and you have them in the bed doing school, and then the oldest one is cloaked in a blanket at his desk, looking like he's a member of Hogwarts Academy.
No lie. I had to remember not to do that. Anytime I sit here, I have this blanket and I literally wrap myself up in this blanket every day I sit in this chair. So I was like, here's my spirit animal. But yeah, so I have to remember not to.
Also doing virtual schooling.
Yeah, I'm not doing virtual schooling. The teacher said, you got to tell your mom to wake you up on time. You got to think of this like a job. But Robin is depressed. Listen, Robin is depressed. She's depressed. I'm going to have to give her a whole pass all season long. This pandemic we went through, I'm giving it to her for her home life. I'm giving it to her. This pandemic we went through was something unparalleled, something we've never been through. And it's impacted her similar to the way it impacted Toya and her acting crazy and Married to Medicine. Like, it's impacted her so greatly that she can't get out of bed. She has no motivation. Like, it's really bad. And her husband is like not helping the situation at all.
So here's where I'm gonna go with you, right? I understand. We were in a whole Panasonic pan con leche pandemic last year. I get it.
And we still in one.
And still in one, because hashtag there's a Delta variant now too. Right? So I get it. And we all process things differently. But what I had an issue is the fact that Chick woke her kids up 5 minutes before school, laid back down, waited for the timer to go off again to wake up the second one. Juan comes in the room and is like, you can't wake them up, blah, blah, blah. Juan is in the house. Juan, why aren't the kids eating a Pop-Tart before they start school?
I was surprised to see that responsibility fell solely on her, but I laughed when he asked about the other person. And she said his alarm don't go off for 2 more minutes. And I'm just like, wait a minute.
Is she in the bed? Right. Listen, 313 Yolanda said they in virtual school. Robin is poor lazy at this point. I agree.
Y'all, Robin is struggling. Give this. Robin doesn't seem happy, but I think she's really tired of home. And Juan said, do better. He did. I mean, Juan is, but see, this is the thing. They're at home right now. They're in the midst of virtual school. Juan has to be at home right now. He's a basketball coach. So there's no games. There's no practices. What is he doing?
Not waking the kids up either.
So I don't understand, like, maybe they have different days, but it seems like all this responsibility falls on Robin to feed, because he was talking about her ordering the Chick-fil-A every day. And I was just like, oh no, poor Robin.
No, here's the thing. Can we just talk about this whole hat business? Because good for Robin. Okay. Good for Robin to have these decorated hats take off with the satin lining. And the fact that, we saw a new friend of the show. Is it Akila?
Ascali.
Ascali. Yes. She's gorgeous, by the way.
She's real pretty. She's also blessed. She closed that whole thing out with a prayer. She said, "I rebuke it." I was like, "You better take us to the Lord in prayer."
I think she's going to be that surprising friend of the show that we need, because now that we have the new housewife, Robin has added a friend of the show. So I can't wait to see what Ascali has and how it unravels and how they continue to incorporate her. But can we talk about real quickly before we close out, Karen going over to Candace's house?
Talk about it. What are your thoughts about it?
Wait, hold on, wait. I got to go back. 313 Yolanda said if she had a wedding to plan, she wouldn't be in bed.
Well, you got to give them some motivation. That's what I'm just saying. You know, like give some. I don't think they're getting married anytime soon. It's bizarre to me because they're building a house. Hopefully, both of their names are on this house at this point, and not just one person's name. You have kids together, and what are you teaching your kids? Are you teaching your kids that this is okay? Because clearly she wants to be in a relationship and wants to be married. It's so evident, even though she tries to say that she's the one that's not doing that. And it feels like Juan is the one that's just kind of slow on the trigger.
But Juan moved back in, so it tells me that there's some form of like moving forward. You know what I really think it is? Can we just talk about it?
Talk about it. Yeah.
Where's your friend? Where's your friend? What I really think it is not only is it a pandemic, if they're coming out of the pandemic, I don't believe, like, you know, Juan wasn't really working and all Robin has is her hat business because they weren't filming and, you know, a few Potomac checks. And they're building this house. I feel like the money might be a little thin right now to properly plan a wedding.
Actually, yeah, I just never really understood how she was on Housewives to begin with, because when I think of Housewives, I think of people that have these aspirational lives of things you want to aspire to. And I mean, admittedly herself, she was in financial trouble and different things like that. And so I feel like if me and you can have a house in the same neighborhood, then like it just feels like, I don't know, it just feels just a little strange to me. I do like, so the one good thing about this pandemic, Robin, is that she's unfiltered. She's talking about Giselle House. She's talking about everybody. She don't care. She just, this is.
But the only reason why she's talking about everybody else's house is because she's now building one of her own. Because Mama in this 2-bedroom, this 2-story townhouse that, like you said, you and I could both own. I mean, Robin.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I'm giving her a pass this season. I understand she is struggling. And so she got the pass.
The pass would be if Robin actually shows up in a decent wig and a nice little piece of outfit for once.
Robin is cute. What? No, Robin is pretty. She is not the glam Barbie, but she's very naturally pretty. She gives you natural pretty. She gives you everyday beauty.
Okay, light-skinned man over there. Let's talk about that real quick.
Okay.
Because you can be naturally pretty. Yes, I get it. And if you look at the overall cast of that show, most of them are light-skinned pretty.
They are.
You cannot, what is that RuPaul phrase? Stop relying on that body. You can't just rely on your natural light-skinned pretty. Giselle is pretty. Karen is pretty. Robin is pretty. But Karen knows that she needs to show up. Karen shows up in a fur or whatever, right? Giselle is Giselle off the rack. And Robin is literally like, Robin still gives me that homegirl around the way I play basketball. That's how I got Juan type of girl.
100%.
You're on a show.
Loving basketball, right.
You got to give me something. Because if we're talking about aspirations, what are we aspiring to look like with Robin? Is she inspiring you to go out and buy a purse, a something? I get
inspiring you to go buy an embellished hat. To be embellished.
Moving on to Candace and Karen. Go ahead, take it.
You know, this season I am starting to like Candace a little bit. Last season I just could not with her at all. But she still, I mean, the kids have, you said what?
I love Candace.
Do you? Oh my God. No. Like, this is the first season where I'm like, maybe I can get with the program. But like, she's so unaware. She's super, like, the whole thing with Monique, not to keep harping on that, is She acted as if she was an innocent bystander and something just happened to her out of the blue. Well, no, your reckless mouth, your lack of accountability, all of that contributed to your hands getting laid up on you. And was it right to have hands laid on you? Not necessarily, but
Unless you at
sometimes
church.
right. Or in yeah. But
In where, Jeremy? In where?
listen, in strength, if you're in strength. But I think she wants Karen to say she can't move on unless Karen says what she wants her to say directly. And that's not what it is. You need to be able to hear where Karen's coming from, understand, this was also her friend as well, too. And just because my friend did something that you don't like doesn't mean I'm going to condemn them. I'm trying to stay neutral because I care about you. If I didn't care about you, I would not stay neutral. But, she should see that as Karen also caring about her as well.
So it is a challenging situation. And we're not going to talk about Monique too long. But, the fact that happened, they witnessed it happen. And Karen was like, I'm going to be neutral. If I was your friend, I would feel some kind of way. And so now that, she brought Karen into her home to have tea. And I'm so glad she gave Karen real snacks and not pieces of cut up fruit like Chris did. But the fact that, they had tea and they try to hash it out and Karen still doubled down on like, I needed to be neutral. I'm going to be neutral. Neutral is neutral. If Candace is totally in her right to say, then you know what? We have to rebuild this relationship because I don't know if I trust you.
I mean, what don't you trust about her though? Like what didn't Candace, I didn't understand. She didn't prove herself to be untrustworthy. She proved herself to say, this is my opinion. This is how I felt about the situation. And again, I was neutral. I wasn't in the middle. I wasn't supporting her. I'm supporting you by not supporting her or you.
So here, okay, I like this comment right here. Karen didn't take sides. She called both of them out on their bullshit. Candace and these dry tears and tissues need to stop. First of all, Karen.
Yes, Yolanda. Thank you, girl. Thank you.
Candace and I'm like, does Candace already pre-fold tissue to be ready for her? Because
it's
these
not
tissues come
real. It is fake. It is not real. None of this is real. This girl is not sad. She is not like wait. It's not. She's not sad.
I don't even have a tissue, but I have like one of these. It's like
right. It is. Like, it's just like.
So here's the thing. Karen, yes, didn't take sides. I felt like Karen came harder for Candace than she did for Monique. Now, whether or not she did it off camera, who knows? But if we're taking and informing our opinions based off of what we saw, I didn't see Karen go hard on Monique the way she went hard on Candace. That's all I got to say.
At the end of the day, like you cannot keep running your mouth and not expect something to happen. You keep writing checks, somebody's gonna cash it. One of them.
But she should be able to because that's why they pay them to be on the show.
No.
They want the drama. The thing is, you can't cross the line, and that's what happens. And I get words have power, and words can really provoke people. But at the end of the day, we're not showing up to see them sing Kumbaya and hold hands every week. Somebody has to say the thing. Somebody has to report back the bones. Somebody has to poke and prod till we see a table being shaken and a glass being thrown.
I mean, I'm still not sold on her. She really irks her character. I don't know this lady personally, and anytime I'm talking about these people, I'm talking about the characters I see on TV. But it irks me so much, and she seems like she could be a really fun, loving person. I love, her like random singing. I love her little, quips about the Lord and being blessed, and I love that she's cute, young, all of that. But like, the thing she does not like about her mother is what she is giving on this show.
Oh, okay.
It is literally all the stuff she does not like about her mother is inside of her and comes out in this show.
So first of all, Dorothy is interesting to me. And there's a FaceTime between her and Dorothy is like, Chris is your husband, Jer? Like, what experience? Like, this man gave up his career so he can now solely manage one income? Like, girl, sis, Dorothy is saying danger.
Yeah.
In the worst kind of way, though. But right. Dorothy is funny. Now, what do you think about Chris being her husbander?
I always think it's weird when like I hear these stories because what experience do you have in doing this? How are you going to give me jobs? How are you going to understand contracts? How are you going to make connections for me? Like you ran a restaurant. I just, it's very weird that he's her manager when the managers are really supposed to help manage your career and and lead you to success.
Now, we've seen it happen though in the past. I mean, I don't know if I could use Tamar and Vince as a great example because Vince was already in the music industry,
Exactly.
but we've seen people manage their spouses before, the same way that we saw moms manage their momagers. Like, you know, what experience did Chris have before she started managing Kim? What experience did Sonia have before she started managing Brandy?
And I mean, we can look at what Mary J, her husband. What experience would you ever have your partner manage you? It's a no, yo. Sorry, girl. It's a no.
You know, here's the thing. Oh, here's the thing. It's a 50-50. If my partner was in the business, then yes,
okay.
I would, because my partner is in the business.
Yes.
He knows, he has access. The challenge with that is you are no longer able to turn off work versus household. And then lines begin to get blurred. And I would need my partner to be able to be so comfortable in them also being able to manage me that there's no level of jealousy that starts spilling into them managing me, where I'm not getting certain things. Like think about the whole Wendy Williams situation with Kevin Hunter managing her. There were certain things Kevin was turning down and wasn't even bringing to Wendy because probably out of jealousy, or Kevin wanted to be in the room in places that he probably didn't even need to be in because of now security and ego. So it's a 50-50 for me.
Yeah, it's a no for me. I mean, if you're in the business, you can recommend me to someone that you think is another good manager, but I want to keep that separately because it just causes too many conflicts.
I agree. All right, Jeremy, on that note, are there any final thoughts on Huntsville or Potomac that you may have?
You know what? Both of these shows are heating up, getting hot. I'm loving each and every one of them, and I cannot wait to see what happens next week.
I know. And in the meantime, we're coming back together because on Wednesday, we're going to talk about BET Presents the Encore. And actually, no, we're doing this on Thursday, right?
Thursday night.
Thursday evening, we're going to come back together and do something very similar to that. We're going to talk about BET Presents the Encore and Housewives of Beverly Hills. Oh, I have a lot to say about Sutton, baby. So, guys, if you're watching live right now, join us on Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because Jeremy and I will be back, and we're going to talk about Huntsville. We're going to talk about Beverly Hills and BET Presents the Encore. But in the meantime, guys, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel if you like this video if you like, and leave me a comment. Most importantly, check the notifications and always make sure they're turned on. Jeremy, thank you so much.
Of course, this was fun.
Guys, who loves you? I do. I'll see you next time. Bye.